Hey again. Alright, so I was driving around today and I got a phone call about a snake being in somebody's garage. So I decided to go there thinking, okay, well, maybe the snake's loose in the person's garage. No, it is stuck on a glue trap. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this right here, ooh, he's trying to move his head at me. This right here is what we call a pygmy rattlesnake. He's got his little rattles at the bottom over there. And he is still alive. Beautiful, beautiful animal. But we are about to try and get him off the glue trap and save him. So, keep posted. I will videotape us trying to get him off. He's not a happy camper. As you can see, not a happy camper at all. But we're gonna try and get him off and then release him somewhere. Just save him. Keep posted. Peace.
Alright, tell me when.
It's rolling.
Hey guys, I'm Reese with Recovery Rescues. We have a dusky rattlesnake here who is stuck to a glue trap, which these things are the bane of my existence. I don't know how many damn snakes we have to pull off every week. And I've learned through trial and error that one of the best ways to get an animal off of a glue trap is by using just your standard grocery store coconut oil. I love this stuff. The duskies and rattlesnakes in general have a little bit different texture to their scales than what you would typically see with like your black racers and your garter snakes, your smoother type snakes. So when these guys get stuck to these glue traps, it really is a chore to get them off. So we're going to start at the tail. I'm going to attempt to not break off any of his little rattles right here. You can barely see them. These guys, you can't even hear the rattles when they are angry. And they do break easily. So we're going to try to keep them preserved. It's not going to be the end of the world if any of them do break off. And it does happen, but he's been through enough already. So if we can keep him reasonably intact, I feel like we should probably try. You can see that him being upset, he's released urates, which is the reptile form of pee, all over this trap, which I don't blame him. I probably would too. And I'm just going to slowly work his tail off. Now, what we've used in the past, we've used different olive oils and coconut oils. We got all of his rattles off, you can see. And I've learned that with using the other standard type oils that we always had to keep them until they shed off that oil. They, even after getting them off the glue trap with like the coconut or with the olive oil, we would have like this film on them from the glue, and we would have to hold them until they shed again, and then we could release them. I've learned with the coconut oil that once they're off, like they're pretty much good to go. So this is now my go-to with any animal stuck to a glue. Tail's a little more loose now. Dusky rattlesnakes, pygmy rattlesnakes are pretty common in Florida. These guys are the smallest of the rattlesnake species, and they would prefer to spend time in bushes, low-hanging tree branches, not directly on the ground like the majority of rattlesnakes. They'd rather kind of be up so that they can ambush somebody or something. And they don't produce enough venom to actually kill a full-grown healthy adult, but it would be a pain in the butt to have to spend a day at the hospital if we needed to. So I'm gonna try to not get bit, and hopefully he'll realize that we're trying to save him and not bite me. These guys are notorious for their just really crappy attitudes in general. They're known to bite first and ask questions later, and I guess it's that Napoleon complex that they have. But no matter what, he's still a wild creature. It's not his fault that he exists, and he shouldn't be condemned just for being alive. So, where most trappers and other folks who find these venomous snakes will just cut the head off and be done with them, we're going to get him off of this glue trap and take him somewhere for a safe release, far away from people and other animals, so that he can continue to live his life and do what he does best.
The recovery rescue's way.
That's it. Now, because he's a snake, they do have extremely flexible jaws. You can see him rattling his tail at me. Aw, tell me what you think, buddy.
Yeah.
You tell me. So I am being careful around his head because they can stretch those jaws, and he's not going to like come fly at me and bite me or anything, but he definitely will try to work his jaw up to biting me if he can. And again, I really don't blame him. Do have nasty attitudes, and if you're not comfortable working with snakes, if you've never worked with snakes, please appreciate them from afar. Reach out to, if you're not in the Duval area, reach out to local wildlife trappers that have that venomous license. There are people out there that will trap and relocate these guys without killing them. These guys shouldn't have to be condemned just for being alive. They serve an important function in our ecosystem and in our world, and although a lot of people are afraid of them and they can harm wildlife, domestic animals, then we'll just move them away from us. We as people have encroached on their natural habitats so much that it's getting to where they don't have anywhere to go. We've taken over their ecosystems, we've taken over their homes. And we can't just come in and build a neighborhood, build a shopping plaza, build a mall in their territory and then get angry when they come back to what was their home ground.
There's those teeth. You got it. Something hopefully in the wild. Where he was trapped at was not necessarily conducive to his well-being anyway, so where he's going to be going, he'll have a much better selection of prey, much less likely to run into people who don't want him there. Look at that underbelly, isn't he gorgeous?
These guys are just absolutely beautiful. And like Nick was saying, when they're babies, there's a reason that they're called Duskies. They've got this dusky lavender color. Absolutely stunning animals. These reds and these grays are just beautiful. Look at God's word. There's a reason that rattlesnake skin is used in a lot of clothing items and novelty items, things like that, because it is just a gorgeous texture. Looks a lot better on the snake, though, I can tell you. Secondhand skin should not be used in anything. Alright guys, so because he's venomous, I'm going to work as much of him off as possible. Like I said, these guys can't kill you, but it's definitely something that I don't want to have to deal with, or don't have time to deal with, nursing a wound today. So I'm going to get his head as much as I can off, and then I'll use my little safety stick for the rest of it. Alright, let me get this kid off. Don't eat my shoe! That's rude.
I thought you were going to use bouncing stick there.
Yeah.
He probably has glue inside his mouth.
With most snakes that we pull off of glue traps, we get a lot of juvenile black racers, we get a lot of corn snakes. Typically with those guys, I'll just pull them off using just my hands. They bite. They're very unappreciative animals. I'm definitely taking a little bit of extra precaution with this kid, just to be on the safe side. We don't need another reason for people to hate and be fearful of snakes. So us getting bit would be very irresponsible, not just for ourselves, but for the animal as a whole and for the community.
It'd make for good video, though.
It'd make for good video, but it's not what we're trying to represent here. Our job is to try to break stigmas that people have of wildlife and animals that we encounter, not give them another reason to be fearful. So we are being a little bit extra safe. We are trying to work him off carefully. Are you gonna bite now? Here.
Oh, yeah, look at it drop it.
On the other side. There you go, buddy.
There we go.
Some more. More.
It's just right now what we're doing is it's called milking the snake. We're doing it mainly just to have some of the venom that we could use if for research and everything. It's not hurting him.
I would also like to try to get him to express as much venom as possible before I start working very closely with his head. So this is also a safety precaution on our behalf. Come on, buddy. You got any more? And also, in case you did not already know, if you ever encounter a dead rattlesnake, a freshly dead rattlesnake in the wild or anywhere, please be aware that their venom does not die with them. So just because the snake is dead does not stop them from being able to envenomate you. stuck like Chuck right here.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit worried because I've got coconut oil all over my hands, but his jaw is just absolutely stuck like Chuck, so.
There it goes, it's coming.
Yes, yeah.
Boom. Boom.
Glue trap.
Alright, well, there he is. Happy as can be because he is completely off. Oh yeah, look at him. Alright, y'all.
Thanks for watching. Just remember, just because it's dangerous doesn't mean it's bad, and it definitely doesn't mean that it has to die. Every creature is here for a reason, and as human beings, if we're going to take over their land, we're going to take over their resources, the least we can do is respect them and give them the same chance at life that we feel that we deserve. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.